Come on in, welcome to my house. Would you like a drink? Go ahead and have a seat on the couch, make yourself at home. Have you seen my ugly fish tank? Oh, would you like to? Let's take a look. So this is it. This is the ugly fish tank. I know from a distance it actually doesn't look that bad. In fact, it looks kind of nice. It's got the rocks on either side kind of put there. It looks like someone actually paid attention to what they were doing and put them there with some reason, some design. There's the plants growing pretty well in the tank. But what you don't see is what everyone else gets to see when they actually look at this tank up close. Now this is the tank in my living room. This is my showpiece tank. This is how good I am at my hobby tank. This is the first and sometimes the only impression that people get, especially ones that don't come see my tank in my office at my work. The tank that I'm really proud of. Yeah, this tank has just been one big pain in the butt. It's almost out of control. So let me show you a little bit closer. Alright, so if you have been following this tank or following my channel at all and have paid any attention to this tank, you'll notice that there's no driftwood in here. There was a bunch of it. I had one big log over on this side that was kind of going all the way up to the top of the glass, and it looked really cool. And then I had another couple logs that would go over across the middle, and then one log that would go up towards the back. And I ended up having to take them out because this tank has just been one headache after another. If you're looking closely, which this is in 4K, I'm filming this in 4K, hopefully it turns out really well, but if you're looking really closely, you can see a bunch of stuff on the glass. Now some of it's water spots as I haven't cleaned the glass, but a good portion of it is brown algae or blackbeard algae possibly that is growing on the inside of the glass. And the reason for this is, part of it is lighting. I have some pretty strong lighting on this tank, and I've only gotten a few plants in here to suck up or to take care of that. But the bigger problem is just the excess amount of waste that comes from keeping a turtle also and keeping a bunch of fish in here. And this tank has just been one big headache. I've tried. I had to take the driftwood out of here because it was just really, really hard to keep this tank clean. And what I did is I ended up having to suck up a lot of the sand. You can see there's no sand in the front part of this tank, and there's just not a lot of it all the way around. And the reason for that is that when I had all the driftwood in here and I had all the rocks and everything like they were, it was just waste and fish poop and all that stuff was just building up in between the rocks and building up on the sand and was creating a film on the sand. I think I've still got some traces of cyanobacteria in here, which I treated this tank for that a long time ago. But this tank was just getting out of control. And I was doing water changes every week. I was trying to vacuum up the substrate as best as I could without sucking out the sand. That was really difficult, especially between the rocks. I even tried getting that Eheim gravel vac to do between water changes, and that thing was a piece of garbage. I tried using it once. It did not work out very well, so I ended up sending it back. But this tank is just not working. Now, if you look like at the silicone on the side, I've got algae growing all the way up the silicone. If you look at the sides and the back of the tank and even the front of the glass, it just looks terrible, and it's embarrassing because this tank is in my living room in my house. This is the first thing that people see. Now, I realize when most of you look at this video, you're like, man, this guy's really lazy. He's really let this tank go. Yes, some of it, I've let it go just a little bit, just being the holidays a couple weeks ago. But for the most part, it's just because it's really hard to keep a tank clean when you've got a turtle as messy as this one. My other tank in my office, it's got a turtle that's even bigger in it. It's got bigger fish in it, but yet I never seem to have a problem keeping that tank clean. This tank, however, it's just really, really been a struggle. To be completely honest with you, it's just been a real struggle. And so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do going forward. I tried taking the driftwood out, and I'm going to get to work on it. I'm going to clean the glass, clean the algae off the inside of the glass, really step up my water change schedule. And the plants are growing really well. That's the one thing that is doing well. The water wisteria has really taken root. The turtle had all but destroyed most of it. But I had a couple pieces that took off and that took root, and they're doing really well. And then they've been growing and propagating, and I've been cutting pieces and planting pieces, and I've even got some started over here that started growing. So hopefully that continues to take off, and that will help quite a bit with my algae problem. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys an honest look at my tank. I don't like showing my tanks in bad shape. I mean, I do occasionally, but for the most part, I would rather you see the good stuff. But I just thought I would share this with you guys because this has been just a complete and total nightmare. So yeah, I'm going to get to work on this tank, and hopefully I'm able to bring it back. Hopefully I'm able to solve my problem. If not, I'm probably going to have to start thinning out the fish that I've got in here. I'm not sure which one I'm going to take out. I really like the giant danios, but the swordtails are pretty cool too. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with that, but yeah. So thanks for taking a look. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you.